Yellin at the mic. Yellin at the mic.
Welcome back to Yellin at the mic. That's me. I'm Nam Johnson, stand-up comedian, podcaster, freaking YouTuber, whatever you want. Hey, you could be anything you want nowadays, right? You can literally be anything you want. Okay, you can just try something. You know what I've been trying to do lately? I've been trying to break dance. I want to learn how to pop. You know, I want to learn how to break dance. I don't think 27's too old to learn how to break dance, right? I think I can. I'm gonna start with crumping. I want to learn how to, I want to learn how to crump so bad, dude. That's my goal. By the end of this year, I'm gonna know how to break dance. At least do something cool. I want to be able to spin or do something on the ground, do the little twirl thing, maybe spin on my head, maybe, because your boy can do this already. And that's half the battle right there. I got the movement for it a little bit, got the body for it a little bit. Your boy knows rhythm. You know, he knows what he's doing. A serious thing I have been doing, though, is aggressive hope core. I've been doing aggressive hope core. So I've been kind of just like rolling up on people like, yo, and just like acting like I'm pissed, just being like, hey, you. And then they like turn like, oh, what? And then I say, has anybody told you you're loved and appreciated today? I say, so I was driving and I rolled up on this guy. I rolled my window down. I said, yo. And he's like, hey, what? And I was like, yo. And he goes, what? And I go, anybody tell you you're appreciated? And he goes, wow, man. Thanks, dude. I really needed that. So aggressive hope core. It's a thing I'm gonna try doing. It's a new thing I'm gonna try. How is everybody? Today is Wednesday. How was your weekend? That would be the weekend of the UFC on the 14th, 3 days ago. I've wanted to get on here and talk about this sooner, but it's been a long week for your boy. Okay, he's been doing a lot, so I didn't get to come on here and talk about it, but I do want to say before I continue speaking, I apologize to Justin Gaethje for counting him out and thinking he didn't have that in the bag. When Justin Gaethje fought Paddy the Baddy, I was completely on Justin's side. Everybody counted him out. I didn't. And I stood by Justin's side. Now, when he fought Ilya, I thought he was going to lose because how good Ilya has shown he is in the octagon. And then you see them get in the octagon for 30 seconds and you go, oh, man, Justin's a big boy. You know, that's what happens is you get in there and you go, oh, there's weight classes for a reason. Just like what happened with Alex Pieta, which made me and the wife tear up a little bit. Not going to lie. Watching Alex get knocked out like that was so sad just because of the trajectory that he was on, how good he's been doing. I went and saw him live. I watched the fight between him and Khalil. I believe it was Khalil Roundtree, or it was the fight. No, him and Ankalaev. I watched the fight between him and Ankalaev when he got his belt back from him. So that was a tough loss. But the point of bringing that up is it shows in the Alex fight and in the Ilya fight, weight classes are here for a reason. Okay, sometimes the fluidity, the speed, the power, it just doesn't match up when somebody's not being a weight bully, but they're just walking at the weight they've always been. There is heavyweights that will fight at a lower weight where they'll walk around at like a 215 or a 220 and then they'll fight at 185 or they'll fight at a 205. But you won't have a true heavyweight like a Cyril Gane who walks around at 260, 270 and then gets down to 235 for the fight. That's a scary heavyweight. That's what you call a real heavyweight. Like if you look at Josh Hokic is a small heavyweight
who could definitely go and fight and be a weight bully at a 185. If Josh Hokick got down to 185 and really wanted to, he could destroy those guys down there. He would be great. So weight classes are for a reason. Man, if you didn't watch that event, if you didn't watch the White House event on Sunday, June 14th, 2026, if you did not watch that card live, I feel bad for you. I feel sorry for you that you felt like you could not watch that card. Because I heard somebody, I spoke to a comedian. We were out at a open mic, and the comedian said, I tried to hate the card. He said that on stage. He says, I tried so hard to hate it. And I'm like, why? Why did you want to hate that? Even if it was a Trump's birthday, even if it was a Illuminati billionaire ritual, like I've said, or if it doesn't matter what it was, to want to hate that event is insane to me. It was amazing. It was so American. There was no race issues. People are trying to be like, oh, it was a race. No, there was black, white, there was Chinese, there was Mexican. There was so many Americans were on display. That I feel bad for you if you decided to miss that event. You know, I did realize my last podcast, I said that it's weird that this event is the celebration of the 250. And then it dawned on me. This celebration isn't the 250th celebration. This year is supposed to be the 250th celebration. Like others, for a second, I thought, man, it's the UFC's the bad guy in the situation, right? Like the UFC is like, oh, we're doing this celebration on the White House, and you're like, oh, they're defacing the White House and they're disgracing America, and it's a fight, making it into this clown show is what all these people are saying. And it's like, no, the UFC is the only patriotic company that you see right now, dude. This whole year should be a celebration of the 250th birthday of America. This whole year should be a big deal, but it's not. I don't like that it took Trump to make it a big deal that our country's been around that long. You know, we're so concentrated and distracted by these small civil issues with each other, we kind of forget the country that we're in. Like, man, as a patriot, as somebody who loves and understands how good this country is, dude, it bothers the hell out of me when you have these people that want to hate on the system that we have. Yeah, our government has faults, man. It does, okay? We have problems. We have issues. Not everybody gets what they want, but you got freedom to do whatever you want in this country. And you got to be cool with that, dude. You gotta, if not, then try it somewhere else. I saw this video of a guy dressed up as the Joker, and it was, I don't know if the quote that he was saying was from The Dark Knight, not sure. He was dressed up as the Dark Knight Joker, and he was saying a quote that was basically, they took the rivers and lakes that were free, and then they charged us for it. And man, that bothers the hell out of me, dude. I'm sorry. Dude, the kind of people that say that shit, and I'm not talking about you, bearded, out in the middle of the forest, off-grid dude who knows what he's doing. No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about the guys who are posting this kind of shit, painting their face as the Joker and then holding a iPhone 17 Pro Max and filming themselves being like, they took the rivers. Then, bro, you, without the government, without what the U.S. government has given you and the things you have as your freedoms, without that, you would die of dysentery. He says that the rivers and the lakes are free for you to drink, right? They're free for you to drink, and then they bottled it and then they sold it to us. You're a f***ing idiot, dude. They didn't bottle free. No. They filter it for you so you don't die of dysentery. So you don't have to boil every single thing you drink before you drink it. No, some guy decided, hey, you know what I'm going to do?
is I'm going to be the guy that provides clean water for my villagers. I'm going to make sure people aren't shitting themselves while they're hunting for food, or I'm going to make sure people aren't dying of diseases from the water. So his job all day long is to boil water and make sure it's clean for other people to drink. Now, do you think as a fair society that guy should do that for free? No, because nothing's for free. I'm Italian. I grew up with, there's no such thing as a free lunch, dude. So how are you going to be like, they bottled the rivers and lakes that were free and then sold it to us? No, they're giving you a service, bro. This is the kind of shit that we're forced to watch first world people talk about third world problems on social media. Like, I'm not going to sit there and complain about what I got. I got electricity right now, bro. You're complaining about bottled water when there's people who literally can't drink from the streams and rivers they have because of the trash and the septic that is being put inside their water supply because their government isn't set up like ours is. If you live in America, you have things called trash services and sanitary services and things like that. Be thankful, man. Oh my gosh, bro. I seen one of these, I was watching this guy debate one of these black Israelites, and the black Israelites was like, I want Russia to bomb America. Go, bro. Go to Russia then, man. What are you talking about, dude? You want somebody to bomb your house? What are you, on drugs, dude? What the are we talking about, bro? There's no patriotic anything anymore, and it's be thankful for the country you're in. Not shit, ain't shit free, dude. You think you live in a fucking gumball world, bro? You think the world's all sunshine and rainbows? Before government was a thing, you didn't think people weren't stealing shit from each other? We've been doing this shit since the beginning of time, bro. You're lucky you live in a society where they pay police officers to make sure somebody doesn't take your family from you, bro. You think you can protect yourself? It's called gang mentality, and it's something that humans have had since the beginning of time. We've always been in tribes. We've always enslaved people. We've always taken people's villagers, taken their wives, taken their men. We've done it since the beginning of times. People are like, oh, it's the Western, Anglo-Saxons. No. Before any of that was a thing, before there was, the boats and no. People have been with each other's tribes for thousands to millions of years. The reason we're able to have this conversation, right, is because people had to get killed. It's because people had to have that mentality where we take and we take and we take. We have to. That's how humans, that's how we are what we are today. Okay. I don't know if that makes sense, but nothing's free is what I'm getting at. Okay. Nothing's free. You think people are just going to let you have anything? You think people are, even if you planted your own fruit trees and your own vegetables, right? And you're sitting there living in your own land with your own stuff. Do you think your neighbor who doesn't have that, you think they're going to let you have that? If his family's starving, do you think he's not going to march over there and take your stuff? No, he will. 100%, dude. That is why we have a store. That's why we have society. That's why we have things called fairness. That's why we have things called, I'm sorry to say, but like welfare. That's why we have these kinds of things. So be thankful for where you are, man. Okay? All right, that was a lot, but I mean, that's they honestly, with all the hate that the White House was getting, that's the only thing that was going through my brain was like, how could you hate anything about any of that? A display of power, if you even will. Hate Trump or not, but man, have some kind of pride in your country, dude. Left or right, I don't give a what you are, left or right. Let's talk about the left. You're mad about Trump. You're mad about this. Go and try and be a left side liberal in a different country and tell me what and tell me what happens. Go try and love who you want to love and do whatever you want to do. Go try to do that in a different country and tell me what happens. Yeah, sure, there's some countries that will let you do it, but there's some that will kill you for it. I'm just saying, there's just so much to it, you know. That's. I don't care what side you are. Have some pride in the country you're living in, okay? And if you don't, then become a citizen of a different country and go live there. But I don't care where you live. Have some kind of nationalism. Have some kind of pride in wherever you are. It's like going to work and your coworker is like, I fucking hate this job. I hate where I am. I hate this workplace. This place sucks. Go somewhere else then. No one's telling you to stay where you are in life. That's what's called free will. You have the right and the free will to go and be whoever you want at any time. So go ahead. That's called freedom, baby. Go ahead. And I don't mean like don't criticize your government, because 100% criticize your government. I've criticized this government, definitely criticized a lot of what's going on. I'm not talking about that. So don't be like, he's a fucking bootlicker or whatever. No, it's not what I'm saying. I'm saying just the ground you're standing on. I don't care who runs it. I don't care who's running it. Just have some kind of pride in whatever you're doing. Before I move forward and talk about anything else, I did want to talk about the UFC a little bit more. The Mac is back. I'm giving you some homework. I want you to go and watch the Ariel Helwani and Conor McGregor interview. Please, I beg you. It brought tears to my eyes. Okay, I've been a Conor fan since I was a kid. He won the championship 11 years ago. I was about 14, 15. Man, I've been a Conor fan since I was a kid, and watching Conor go through everything he went through was a really hard time, you know, because when you watch one of your idols, you know, kind of go downhill, it sucks, you know, and a lot of our idols that we had growing up, you know, in my age group kind of went all downhill for a second. You know, everybody was kind of just drugs, women, and, you know, and then adding like the Me Too movement where you're like, find out that a lot of your fucking favorite people are weirdos, and you're like, damn, dude, they're just a lot. And it was really hard. It's hard for especially young men in America, in the world, really, to have role models right now. You know, it's been hard, especially with the internet. Just nothing's off limits. So with Conor McGregor, you know, he's one of those guys. He's been a role model for a lot of people. Dude, I understand, you know, I'm not trying to take the art from the artist, but to accomplish the things that guy has accomplished, it does take a certain kind of mindset, and that's a hard thing to deal with. You know, I say the same thing about Kanye, right? Like, I am a Jewish man, and I'm not agreeing with what Kanye did, but to get to where you have to get to where these people are in fame and in glory and in money, you have to give up a piece of your soul. There's a thing about getting to a certain level where you have to give up a piece of your soul. And if you go and you watch this Ariel Helwani interview with Conor McGregor, you'll see exactly what I mean. And he talks about it, that when all you care about is money and you kind of get to that point where you're just doing anything evil, you're just indulging in anything possible, you can lose it all. And sometimes you'll just lose it all just for the sake of losing it all. And he talks about that, and he talks about his journey with God. And it brought tears to my eyes, seeing a different kind of Conor and seeing somebody who's not just trying to be a better father, but a better man and a better role model. That's what just made me I brought tears to my eyes, dude. It makes me sad now thinking about it. You know, I want to see him come back, and I want to see him do really good in this fight. Even if he doesn't win the fight, just to see him come back from everything, to come back from that injury, to come back from those dark moments in your life, to come back from the drugs, the sex, the, you know, unfaithfulness and everything, and then to come back with God. Because I don't care what you say right now, I don't care who you are, you can't do it alone. You got to do it with a higher power, and there's no better higher power to do it than Yeshua, you know, the God of Abraham. He works miracles and he proves it. And Conor McGregor looks like he's going through that journey right now with God, where it's not an easy one. Once you start doing that journey with God, you start getting attacked more than you could ever imagine. You know, I understand that's not what this podcast is, but that is a journey that a lot of us have gone through. And once you really start going through that, you understand what I'm saying. So go watch that interview, see how Conor McGregor is changing in his face, changing in his actions, changing in his anger, changing in the way he's speaking, changing in his fruits. And I love it.
All right, let's get into another thing I wanted to talk about. It kind of goes along this whole role model thing. I'm scared for the younger kids with the people that they think are men, dude. We used to go to war, you know? Like this kid, I don't even know if I'm saying this right, clavicular or whatever. Man, I really hope that this kid isn't like who kids want to be right now. Like I'm praying to God that this is not who kids want to be. Dude, this kid is obsessed with the way you look, right? He's like, oh, I'm face maxing. Like, dude, no one gives a shit about the way you look. If all you care about is what you see in the mirror on the outside, it completely defeats what a man is, dude. This kid completely defeats what a man is, and people are eating this shit the fuck up. All right, like a chiseled jaw, a good hairline does not make you a man. This gets along with what I was just talking about the pride, about the American pride thing, about how people used to fucking, the tribes, somebody would just walk into your place and just take your fucking family from you. You think it matters the way you fucking look when it comes to that? No, dude, this kid's talking about your eyes. I don't give a shit, dude. You know why I don't give a shit about the symmetry of a face? Because I can beat the fuck out of them. Because I've trained to make sure people can't steal my fucking liver from me. That's why. Because in the gym, I can push 300 and something pounds off my body if needed be. Right? I do a joke on stage where I talk about my size. I talk about how big I am. I am a 260-pound man. I'm 6'2", 260 pounds. Okay, I'm a big guy, big Jew, right? I do this joke talking about the fact that I don't work out because I want to look good, right? I don't work out for muscles. I don't have big, flashy muscles. No, I work out because if a fire happened, I want to be able to carry all you motherfuckers out of here, okay? If a lion attacks my wife, I don't want to be a fucking toothpick for a lion, bro. I would want to be a snack for a lion so my wife can get away. If the power got turned off tomorrow and there was no more internet, clavicular, you're fucked. Do you know how to do anything? Do you know how to do anything besides talk shit to OnlyFans girls who are already having problems? Bro, if all you do online, and this goes to the fresh and fit guys, this goes to any of those guys, if all you do online is talk shit to girls who do OnlyFans and just talk shit to them all day long, if that's all you do, you're not a good role model. Don't even give them the time of day. Don't even give those females the time of day. Why are you even platforming them? Why are we platforming people? Why are we even doing that? That's all you guys do. Bro, if the internet turned off tomorrow and the thing that turns off electricity, it doesn't matter. If that happened tomorrow and all the electricity in the world got turned off and all the guns stopped working and all the cars stopped working, you wouldn't be shit. You realize that, right? There would be no, you think talking shit to OnlyFans girls is going to get you food, bro? You think any of that's going to do any of, nah, man. Talking about your body fat index, bro. You're talking about your body fat index when we're about to go into World War III, dude? And that's what we're worried about? We got videos of fucking riots happening in every major city in our fucking country, and we're talking about body fat index, dog? Man, I can really hope that something doesn't happen like that to where real men got to come out of the fucking woodwork. All you little pansy fucks that are like, care about your jawline and make sure that your pec, no, all that shit, you're fucked. You guys are fucked. I'm just saying, dude. You guys are fucked, man. What's your point? What's the point? What's the point of doing any of this? This video, man. I watched this video. This is the video that made me think about it right here.
Her mid face is way too long. Obviously, she's got the jowls coming in. Horrible.
Her mid face is way too long. She's got the jowls coming in.
Full nasolabial folds.
Got the nasal labia folds. I didn't know your nasals have a labia, by the way. That's fucking so freaky. Keep going.
Horrible total facial width to height ratio. Just really bad age indicators, but obviously at 30, that's not something.
Facial
width to height indicators, you're a gay man. Clavicular, you're a gay man, dude. No straight guy looks at a fucking female and goes, I'm sorry, but your face height to width ratio is off. Bro, you're gay. Which is fine. It's fine. It's fine. But why are we listening to this guy? Who are you? Who is this guy, right? Who the fuck are you? There's 9 chicks sitting around this guy who's not even that handsome wearing fucking makeup. And he's like, you're a 4 because your fucking nasal labias are off, dude. What? What the fuck are we talking about, dude? What the fuck are we talking about, dude? Holy shit, bro. Oh my God, dude. People used to go to war for this, dude. You think, dude, if we could have a time machine and show this video to a caveman that like ran away from a saber-toothed tiger to survive for millions of years, and then you show him this kid who people are like, hey, well, you got to listen to this guy because he thinks your nasal labias are off, dude. What the fuck are we talking about right now, bro? Fuck, dude. Oh, I want to fight that kid so bad, man. Can we get back to like manly men shit, please, dude? Who gives a shit what your fucking height to width facial ratio is? No one fucking cares, man. No one cares. No one gives a shit, dude. NamJohnsonComedy.com for dates. This has been a fucking episode, man. I've just been fucking yelling at the mic. That's what I do. Just want to say RIP to Oliver Tree, man. As a artist, as somebody who was in the EDM world around the same time as him, we're not too far from age. You know, he was in the group of musicians in LA and around the same area that I was in, about like the class right above me. So kind of ran into some of the same people, and just shout out to Oliver Tree, man, and your family and your friends and all the people who were close to you who are affected by this. Let's just do a moment of silence real quick. Yeah. Sorry, man. Love you, Oliver Tree. You touched a lot of people with your music, and you're a hell of an artist. Love you guys. Love you guys so much. Thank you guys for listening. Mwah. Bye.